I have no idea if you can hear me. We are at the American Urologic Association annual meeting. 25,000 urologists descend on San Antonio, and it is a big, I can't say the word, conference, right? Like it's like so many people, and there's so many things, and it's all prostate cancer, bladder cancer, kidney cancer. But sexual medicine is really important, and there are no vaginal estrogen companies who are, exhibiting here. There's no sexual medicine things exhibiting here, but there are some brave souls. And my friend, introduce yourself.
I am Sam from Mystery Vibe.
Sam is an engineer who started a device company that is not just about sexual pleasure and enjoyment and orgasm, but they're solving real problems, right? They actually can understand what pelvic floor dysfunction is, what pelvic pain is. And they do research, right? They do research. So Sam's company is called Mystery Vibe, and I'm just obsessed because they're here. They're teaching urologists about pelvic health and about the research. And I'm just grateful because doctors need to be prescribing devices. They need to be normalizing devices and pleasure and all of that. You missed my talk. I gave a 7-minute talk to the Sexual Medicine Society about how to find the clitoris. And in it, we talked about your research about how doctors should be prescribing devices to their patients for pleasure. So, Sum, I want you to tell us about each of these devices because they really have expanded their range, right? So here we have the first one that I found, which is the Crescendo, which is like this amazing, show them how, like, move it the other way. So it's this bendable vibrator, but what I love about it, it is like a pelvic floor physical therapist finger, right? It vibrates, but it can go inside the vagina and help with trigger point releases. Did you know what the pelvic floor was when you invented this product?
Nope, not till I met you.
So he invented this really cool bendable product that it could go inside, it could go outside, but like it wasn't until we told him what the pelvic floor was and like how magical. So people do dilators, vibrating dilators. Those are really clinical. And what I love about these products is they're a cute color and they're fancy and they're pretty. And so they really bring pleasure and pathology together, which I think is just really the beautiful thing. But then you don't just have products for women, you have some amazing technologies to improve erectile dysfunction. And y'all, I know this sounds like an advertisement, but there's just no one else here who is promoting and supporting sexual health in this way at this 25,000 urologist conference. And so how can I not shout you from the rooftops? Like, they do data, they do research, they publish, and then they support teaching doctors, about sexual health. Okay, so you have a couple male products here, which are super cool.
So this one, if you see that, it's a very good way to explain.
Hold on, there's a video.
Yeah, it's a very good way to explain how the device stretches to fit various girths, deliver the vibrations exactly.
Talk loud. I don't know if you
penis.
can hear. Can y'all hear us? Can you hear us? Tell us. See, they can write to us. So this device is called the Tenuto.
Yes, and so it delivers the vibration around the penis, the glans, then you slide it up, hold the erection, constricted, and then the back can stimulate the perineum. So it gives a lot of vibrations to help with blood flow, and once you're erect, it constricts it to hold it. And at the same time, it can help the partner with stimulation, which is often very useful in order to have arousals and orgasms at the same time.
I always say, right, the clitoris loves vibration. The penis loves vibration too, because it's just a big clitoris, right? It's a clitoris on steroids. So this can give perineal vibration. And remember, the muscles behind the scrotum is the muscles that cause orgasm reflex. And so if you stimulate and stimulate the behind the scrotum, and then this also can be sort of a constriction band that can keep an erection in place. So it just really has a dual functionality to it. And then you made a small, like a version that didn't have the perineal vibrator. What's that one called?
So it's literally the mini version of that, so terms of mini. And the reason for creating it is a lot of our users have difficulty with stimulating the perineum and scrotum where they have sensitivity, like after surgery, like after radical prostatectomy. and they needed help with ED, but they couldn't use Tenuto 2. So we compressed all the tech into this small device, so they could still use this for penis stimulation without being affected by a sensitive perineum.
So they're thinking about patients with cancer who are really struggling with intimacy and sexual activity, and coming up with technological ways for them to have more fun in the bedroom and have that, retain that intimacy with their partner, which obviously I love. So there's this is a smaller version of the crescendo, which is again a bendable way. If you've got trigger points in that pelvic floor, you can use vibration to sort of have pleasure, but also release trigger points for pelvic pain. And then two of the even newer products. Explain this one to me. It's called a Legato.
So the Legato was created because...
How do you come up with the names?
Our team thinks of Italian words because we love Italy so much.
What does legato mean in Italian?
I don't actually remember. But I do remember molto means...
Someone look it up right now and write down. What does
molto means a lot. So with prostate stimulation, you can have like more ejaculation.
Okay, we'll get to that. We'll get to the molto because I'm excited about that device. So this is the legato.
Is actually inspired by a lot of women using Tenuto for labia stimulation, and the feedback we got was they really liked that, but it wasn't really designed for it, so they'd have to hold it, and it wasn't particularly...
Someone Googled, said it means slow.
Oh yes, so it means you can build it up slowly, because this is designed for people with dryness who don't want
or like slow the arousal.
Exactly,
like
slowly get blood flow, slowly get it to build up, because what we don't want is to hurt them or give them too much power when they are dry and sensitive.
Oh, smooth. Oh my god, y'all are answering our questions live. I don't do enough of these Instagram lives. This is amazing. Okay, so it means smooth.
This is designed to adapt to the labia by being very flexible, and what that allows us to do is then, if I show you a picture,
show us a picture, Soom. Are y'all enjoying this? Is this fun? Oh my god, the hernia doc is here. She helps like a gajillion patient.
So then you'll see.
All right, hold on. What do we have to show them? Oh yeah, so it just goes right over. Now, what I love about this is you can have penetration, right?
Yes, it's
and so it can be around the opening, and then penetration if you want it. You don't, right? There's lots of ways you don't have to have penetration, but it will stay, and it stays. It has like it can kind of like move in place. It can stay in place, right?
And you can use it either way, like this upside down or this way, and whichever one works. So it's basically designed for people who don't want to or find it difficult to insert anything. So it's purely external. It's not as intense and powerful as crescendo or poco, because it's designed to be very much
like a
gentle.
low level. That's amazing. Y'all, when engineers put their brains into sexual medicine, look at the magic that can happen. I just love his engineering brain. It is good.
We can't take any credit.
You can take
the doctors
all the credit.
Tell us what to do. You, professor, everybody tells us what to do. We build it. We're not the brains. You guys are the brains. You tell us what to build, and then we build it.
So if you build it, they will come, and the pun is absolutely intended there, right? If you build it, they will come. So, okay, so this is a Molto, which my patients are obsessed with this Molto, like female patients, male patients, whatever parts you have, the Molto is fabulous. So talk about the Molto, because this is very new. Yes, this is fresh.
Very, very new. So Molto is designed to be an index finger, because that's what a lot of the urologists would use to reach the prostate through the rectum. So it's very much designed to be a single finger. It's very flexible. It's a completely different technology, which is just malleable. So it hugs and goes inside the rectum to reach the prostate and stimulate it. But at the same time, it can be used on the vagina as well. So for example...
Not at the same time. Wash it between.
Sorry. I meant as well
yes.
as... So here you will see the pictures, which shows it can be used as a prostate stimulator, but it also can be used as to reach the pelvic floor or vaginal stimulator.
Remember, y'all, the rectal stimulation, if you're going to put something in the rectum, it must have a wide base. The hernia doc will tell you we don't want things getting stuck up in the rectum, and so you need a wide base. in order for safe rectal stimulation. Now, the prostate has a lot of nerve endings in it, the pelvic floor. Now, even someone with penetrative pain on the vulva, I hope y'all can hear us, by the way. We don't have a good microphone. We're making this up as we go along. But for someone with a lot of pain at their entrance, but you want to get trigger points in their pelvic floor, rectal work is done by a lot of physical therapists. And this is a way where they could do it at home, right? Where you can do your trigger point work and also have pleasure. Like, it's a wearable device that you could do as well, which is super.
Yes, so we've seen a lot of our users use it to improve erection and ejaculation through prostate stimulation.
So yeah, so we see a lot of men with delayed ejaculation, delayed orgasm. It's a big problem. And so this device works. It's helpful. It's cute. It's like really, it's masculine. It's feminine. It's not, it's not clinical, right? I think too often some of these devices that we give to people feel very, very clinical and not sexy, not fun. And what I love about the Mystery Vibe team is that they bridge that gap between raunchy sex toy that you're afraid to bring up to your partner and clinical dilator that feels like medicine. It bridges that gap between, which I think is I just love this. I love this team because they're always innovating and thinking about this in both a very like clinical but also just beautiful way, which is really, really fun. So how long have you had this company?
10 years now, 2014 to 2024.
And he hasn't aged a day.
All my hair is white. When I started, all of them were black.
And so what else do you want to do? Like, what's your big dream?
Oh, the exciting stuff we're working on now is period pain and mastitis. So we're building a silicone sticky belt which just sticks on. It's very subtle, very slim, which can be worn underneath the clothes, and they'll vibrate and help with period pain. And the same technology as sticky bras, silicone again, which will stick on the breast and help with mastitis. So those are the two new products we're building.
So when we talk about our problems, we talk loudly about our problems. Very innovative people can listen and help us come up with solutions and think of new ideas. So these friendships that we create over time, and we've known, Suma and I have known each other a long time, and these relationships that you create, you get to see like real change happen. Like, I wouldn't know the first idea of how to create a device or how to work with devices, and it's so amazing to see them exhibit and teach 25,000 urologists why this is important. And I'm just very grateful for companies to invest in this kind of work. So I hope this was helpful. Someone put in the chat, we've had like a steady stream of people with us this whole time. Was this helpful? Does anybody have any questions for the grand engineer of Mystery Vibe? Leslie is here. She doesn't want to be on camera. She's afraid, but everyone say hi to Leslie. She's amazing. Anyone with any questions about these different devices that really can aid in sexual pleasure for everybody and should be regularly talked about, discussed as though they are medicine, the same way vaginal hormones that everybody should use is medicine. This is medicine. Okay, arousal, bringing blood flow to the genitals is healing. It is medicine. It is wonderful. And we should be talking about it a lot more. The name of the company is Mystery Vibe. Let's see, we have Mystery Vibe. This is the box. Mystery Vibe. And you should support them. They care deeply about this, and that's what I'm so great. Yeah, so it helps with erectile. They're asking, does it help with ED? Talk about the data for these, like, what do you have data-wise on the ED patients? So hold on, they're gonna show you the publications.
Which looks at the various types. So this one looks at psychogenic ED.
Hold on, I'll turn the camera, y'all. Maybe.
Yeah, so this one looks at psychogenic ED. Then we have another one which looks at a neurogenic ED. Then we have another study which looks at, I don't know if it's here, ED after prostatectomy, radical prostatectomy. So we have lots of different studies on ED. And what we find is the vibrations, especially with Tinnitus 2, the combination of perineum and penis stimulation helps a lot of people across different stages of ED, psychogenic to post-radical prostatectomy. from mild to severe, and helps quite a lot of people.
Someone's asking, are you available in the UK?
Yes, yes. So a lot of our work is done with Professor Dasgupta, who is based in King's College. So yeah, we.
Don't you live in the UK?
Yes, yeah, I live in London. Yeah.
Is it product made? Like, is it developed in the UK?
The R&D is done in London, in UK, and then, but most of our work is in the US. We do sell in the UK, but most of our work is in the US.
The name of the company again is Mystery Vibe. We're getting that question. Let's see. No prescription is required for these devices. You can go online and just buy devices. You can keep them in your office. I have so many in my office, right?
You can use their FSA card.
And you can use your FSA and your HSA too, which is so cool because this is medicine. And so please support. You can get these. I love having these in my office so I can show patients what it looks like, what it feels like. They feel more comfortable. They want you to have an opinion. They want to know what should I try. And I always tell them these are devices. There's many devices on the internet. You don't have to use these devices, but get comfortable with the different types of technology sort of that exists for these devices. Does anyone else have any questions? Again, you are live at the American Urologic Association. We're just talking to a device company that has products that aid in sexual pleasure for all genders, and really supporting both the pelvic health, both the bad things that happen in pelvic health and the good things that happen in pelvic health, and it bridges that gap. Will you all be at AUGS? Do you go?
Yes.
They will be at AUGS. They often go to ISWISH.
Yeah, we go to ACOG, NAMS. We do everything.
ACOG, NAMS, they're everywhere, and so say hi to them. You'll get to know Leslie's everywhere.
Leslie's everywhere.
We love Leslie.
Leslie's everywhere.
And the cost, so different costs for different devices.
From $150 to $300.
Which one's 300? The fancy.
So the 2 because it's the most complex.
So the this needs doesn't this need like so many different
yes, it's
like
a
motors?
different manufacturing process to make this special material. So that's why this is the most complex to manufacture.
All right, let's see. Cost. Any other questions, y'all? Is this helpful? Do you like when we do Instagram lives? I don't really do Instagram lives very often. I have no clue if you can hear us well or not. We'll look at that after. All right, it looks like no more questions are coming in. So thank you for being here at the AUA, and I'll give more updates later.
Devices that are worn on